I built this little standing desk nook area about a year ago with the intention of it being my sewing station for all my leather sewing machines, embroidery machine, all that stuff. But instead of a useful work surface, in reality it's become more of just a place to stack a bunch of crap. Here's the embroidery machine, some injection molds, 2 ingots of various metals, fire extinguisher, screws, a pink brick, CRT viewfinders, another CRT, a gumball machine, and my cheap Chinese hand crank sewing machine that I don't use nearly enough. So my goal is to disassemble this whole mess and build a more useful work surface in its place. When I built this, I wanted to try something a little different with this L-shaped nook coming out, but in practice, it kind of just gets in the way of positioning stuff like the light or my cameras, and I'd rather just have the extra square footage right there.
Now, in this moment, my plan was to disassemble this desk and build something new in the same spot, but as you might have gathered from the thumbnail image, that's not what happens. I always think it's more valuable, though, to show the actual ideation process rather than pretending like I had it planned out from the start.
This is still a pretty sturdy structure. It's not bad, but I'm gonna have to reframe anyway because this whole thing is coming out, and I don't have the whole hinging Murphy bed thing underneath this anymore, so I have more freedom this time in how I'm placing the legs. Like, I couldn't put a leg here before, which causes this whole thing to have a little bit of play, but now that there's not a bed hinging here, I can just put a leg right there and it'll be a lot better. If you're curious, I've gone back to like Japanese style, just sleeping on a mat on the floor. I just like it better. I don't know, more space efficient. It's good for your back too. All right, now this can come out of here. I'm actually gonna keep this frame mostly assembled for now because, I don't know, maybe I'll reuse it. We'll see. I don't have any strict plans yet. Here's a tip for taking out screws, by the way. If you take them out one by one, when you're on the last one, a lot of times it'll back out the whole piece of wood and your screw is still stuck in there, and now it's just spinning. Instead of pulling them all the way out one by one, if you pull your second to last one out just a little bit so the teeth are engaged in both pieces of wood, then you can pull them all the way out and your last one is gonna come out no issues. That just avoids a lot of annoyance in this process. I'm gonna save this frame too, just in case. Can always take it apart later. I have so much space now. It feels much larger. So I could do like 7 feet of desk here, wrap it around to meet up with all this. Crazy idea though. What if I switch up the plan? What if I took these shelves, put them into that space, and built my new workbench here? Because then literally all my storage would be delegated to this wall, and then the other 3 walls of the room would be entirely workspace. Is it a lot of unnecessary changes? Yes, but I kind of like switching it up every once in a while. Hey Pap, can I get your opinion on something? So this would be a desk. Yeah.
Yeah, because honestly too, it would soundproof it even more. Where are you gonna sleep?
I've been sleeping on the floor. It feels bigger in here though, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, it is bigger in here right now. I like it. You should do it.
All right, I'm not gonna think about it too much. I'm just gonna do it and see if I like it afterwards.
This is where my segmented shelf design comes in handy, makes it a lot easier to move, and easier to modify if needed.
I did not think about the fact that the vent that the AC comes through is right there. I think this section is gonna end up right about there. So this will be fine actually, I just can't stack anything on top of it. And that lines up pretty good with the plugs too. I can just route them on the other side. And then I think with that extra 2 feet or so in the corner, we can move over the filing cabinets because I'm not gonna build anything in front of the window anyway, so they'll still be able to open like that. All right.
This actually went incredibly smoothly aside from undoing all my cable management.
Oh, it's dark in here now.
The last section of the shelf I decided to just drag over because I didn't want to unload that whole thing.
Ow. Okay, it's 4:09, so less than 30 minutes to move a 5 foot by 7 foot shelf wall. Not as bad as I was thinking. Yeah, this looks sick. I'm glad I did this. And it just feels so much bigger, man. This is awesome. I always put a little wood platform under my filing cabinets because when you pick up free filing cabinets, they're often kind of rusty and it'll stain your carpet. Can't wait to one day have my own shop with concrete floors. Then I won't have to worry about any of this stuff, but for now I do. Whenever I'm lining stuff up like this, I have to wonder, are my shelves more square or the walls of the house? In this case, I actually think my shelves are more square. Oh yeah, I got plenty of clearance. And then this guy, we gotta get the clown back up there. He's important. That looks so cool. We need some more lighting on this central shelf since I lost the lamps that were there. Probably hang some of those back up. Maybe even like light strips across the ceiling, but that requires money, so that's for another day. I also like that there's a little gap here. Something that I always forget to incorporate in my studio design is where the tripod goes when I'm not filming, and having a little slot for one leg to go in drastically decreases its footprint whenever the camera is not in use. And it's got a little hat hook.
Okay, day 2. We have everything in place. I'm glad I switched up the plan a little bit. This is going well so far. The plan for today, I think, is because we lost all the lamps that were right here. Now this shelf is really dark, and really this whole corner of the room has always been dark. So some kind of light here. Again, I don't have a plan, but we'll figure it out. I have this big light strip, but I think it's way too bright. So like this would be better suited to the actual workbench whenever I build that. I have this old lamp that I modified to be LED for the desk. That's a little dimmer. Could I just put it up here? Doesn't really light up that much. If I could stick it out further like here. Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do. My idea was to reuse the lamp shade and get rid of the base, which was as simple as undoing 2 nuts. Then I attached the lamp to a scrap piece of 2x6 that came off the old standing desk. This way I can mount it hanging off the front of the shelf. Well, it needs to be a bit shorter than that. We'll take like 6 inches off. Perfect. And that helps brighten up the door a little bit too, that's nice. Which leaves us with this lamp. Mainly I just want it to light up these boxes. How crazy would that be? It's gonna look insane, but I like insane. Let's do it. I shortened up this lamp post a little bit and then drilled a hole in a 4x4 for it to slot into. This is kind of overkill, but it makes it easier to stick it wherever I need it. And after filing down the sharp metal around my power cable, it was ready to go up. I did just realize this is going to bring the center of gravity of this shelf forward a little bit, but the lamp is pretty light. I don't think it should be an issue. Oh yeah, that seems stable. All right, time for the reveal. This is just the old shelf lighting, and here is the new lighting. That changes the whole space, man. I can actually see my things, and I can get usable shots over here that aren't super dark. I don't think it has ever looked this nice in here. This is like actually good. With every upgrade, my room gets slightly more professional. To think this started with a shoe rack made out of PVC pipe and a monitor stand in my mother's basement. Started stacking free furniture, slowly replaced some of that furniture with my own wood builds. Moved like 5 times, modified stuff, added stuff, removed stuff, and now my bedroom looks like this. Pretty freaking cool. I'm proud of this. Still plenty of room for improvement. Most of my stuff is stored in cardboard boxes still, but at least it's organized. Sick. This makes me want to make so much more stuff. We're gearing up for October, folks. It's gonna be a big month. Anyway, I don't know how to end this video. The desk build will be a separate episode. Next one is another crazy camera thing. I'm feeling good, feeling motivated, ready to just make a bunch of stuff. As always, if you'd like to support, you can donate or become a member on evanmonsma.com. I will share more details about the daily October build days again. We are doing that. I just got new internet, so I can finally stream again. So I will chat with you all soon. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your time.